Hi you all, this is Rosa bringing you Deer Families, a docuseries dedicated to the study and observation of the wild white-tailed deer that live in the rapidly developing town my home is in. Here we have Sharon and her two babies, baby Sharon 1 and baby Sharon 2 in the back. So this year, Sharon really surprised me. I thought she had a baby earlier in the spring, and it didn't make it because her stomach decreased, and she disappeared for a few days. But I never saw her baby with her for a couple months. And then I noticed a bump developing in her tummy more and more, but it was so small that I didn't think she was expecting. But what has happened was she had one baby earlier in spring and another baby later. So she had twins that were born at different times, and she's such a protective mother, she didn't bring the older one out. And now that they're both getting a little older, she has brought them by together. So she really surprised me, because after reading about does that carry twins, I understood that they have them at the same time. There's no documentation of them having twins at different times, but she did. Maybe it happens from time to time where one baby is born sooner than the other. They both look a lot like Sharon. The babies are not old enough to be getting babysat by her family members that are does. Right now the mothers are taking care of their own young and not taking turns babysitting because they need to be nursed so frequently. I have seen all the does in her family and Sharon all together with their babies, and Sharon has two, Lana has two, and I'm paying attention to a truck that's approaching since these guys are close to the road, but he's going so slow, thank goodness. Sharon had two babies, Lana had two babies, and Kyla had one. That is one of the kindest drivers. Look how fast they are. It's amazing. I finally was able to put together the whole story. And if you see my earlier videos on baby Sharon and Sharon's pregnancy, it was just part of the story. I hadn't had enough information to make a complete full story on her pregnancy like I do now, and on the birth process. And I'm amazed at Sharon. She's the oldest doe in the area, and the pregnancy seemed to be the easiest on her. And she had two, born at different times, nearly 4 weeks apart. It's the evening, and I usually give the deer families around me carrots and apples after work each evening. So I'm going to go ahead and get their snacks, and I'll just introduce each one of these guys to you if you haven't seen my previous videos. To the far right is Liam and Shane and Wes. They're the oldest bucks in this family, Liam being the dad and Sharon's mate. And over here is Lana, Sharon's daughter, who has 2 babies this year. Here we have Lana's baby from last year, River. He's an angel just like Lana, just the sweetest thing. They're all very sweet. And then over here we have Sharon, and we have baby Kyla. Baby Kyla is often hanging around her granddad and her uncles. So she is a very active baby, and Mama Kyla gets the help of her dad and her brothers because of all the deer, she's the most active one and needs extra care and nurturing and support. She's very outgoing, very active. And then back here we've got Sharon's babies. And they typically are hidden under trees. Sharon is so protective of them. I'm sure Kyla would have liked to have done that with baby Kyla, but baby Kyla is so outgoing. Look at that. Baby Sharon's playing. There's no way baby Kyla would stay hidden. She's tried to walk in my house. Isn't that the cutest thing? Baby Sharon is learning to use her front legs. Deer often get on their back legs and use their front legs to defend themselves or to get something off the tree, to get food off the tree, or to establish its position in their hierarchy. Sometimes they do that too, to show their strength. Baby Sharon is very strong, just like her mother. Mama Sharon is the strongest doe in the area, the oldest and the strongest, and has the respect of all the does. Nobody challenges her. And by strong, she's taller, bigger, and fast. So she's the dominant doe. Plus, she's the oldest, and I've noticed with deer, there's a hierarchy, and they very much respect the elders. So I'm just enthralled in these two playing. I don't get to see baby Sharon 1 and 2 very often, and they sure are special. Deer all have different personalities, and these two seem very capable like their mom, yet a little more introverted, and baby Kyla over here is very outgoing. Oh, they've all dispersed. Baby Kyla's gone with the bugs. So baby Kyla and mama Kyla are very outgoing and communicative and social. I better go ahead and get these guys their evening snack. Here's Ethan, he just arrived. That's Lana's adopted baby from last year. I have videos on that adoption. His mom, Shay, who was truly amazing, died of corn toxicity last year. It was a very sad loss for this dear family. And for Ethan, he was attached to his mother more than any of the other baby deer were. She was crazy about him and he was crazy about her, so he's pretty resilient to get through it, and he got through it just so stoically. But you could tell it took a toll on him. Okay, these guys are very patiently waiting. Sharon kind of let Wes know to move away. She gets food first because she's a mother and she's the most dominant doe. They have a feeding hierarchy, just like wolves do and other pack animals. So Sharon goes first, and Liam, her mate over here, the one with the biggest antlers, goes first as well, and then the younger ones eat after. So they eat with them, but they don't get the first snacks that I set out. And I try to honor their hierarchy because that's their way, that's their order, and it's not up to me to change that. I tried to place Liam in Sharon's food first, and then I set out the snacks for everyone else, just to keep it peaceful and not confusing for them, and to respect their hierarchy and order. They have all their rules of eating for a reason, and it works for them. Okay folks, this turned out to be a long video. I just wanted to give you all this news about Sharon. She's truly an amazing mother. She has a lot of daughters and sons in this area. They all live around her, along with her mate Liam, and she is the matriarch of this group. I hope you all are having a great summer and enjoying the nature and wildlife around you. Bye-bye from Rosewood Deer Families. That's Sharon with her grandson, River. It's the cutest thing. Bye-bye, you all.